Okay, Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker have both weighed in. They've met the minimum weight requirement. I'm just looking at some of their stats here. Anthony Joshua has won all 20 of his fights. Joseph Parker's won all 24 of his fights. The knockout percentage for Joshua, he's won every match he's fought by knockout. And Joseph Parker's won 3/4 by knockout. But Joshua's boxed less rounds. So Parker done a little bit extra. So it's a very 50-50 contest. I think this actually might go all the way. I'm I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. By just looking at the stats, they meet tomorrow in the Principality Stadium, which used to be called the Millennium Stadium, and there's meant to be about 78,000 fans expected for the fight, if not more. Yeah, Joshua's shaved off a little bit of weight from 18 stone 2 to 17 stone 4, and Parker is 16 stone 12. So Anthony Joshua's that slightly, just tiny little bit heavier, but they both made the weight requirements. And this is going to be a ding-donger. Just looking at the stats, though, I don't think it's going to be a walkover for Joshua. He really has to. Really, he hasn't had to go the distance a hell of a lot, whereas Parker's gone the distance a few times, and that could be telling. Is keeping the strength and the energy levels up. Parker's boxed twice as many rounds as Joshua, so he's got that distance behind his boxing. But vice versa, flip it. Joshua hasn't had to go the distance, so he could have less wear and tear on the body. But in all seriousness, Joseph Parker he's had those 4 extra fights. He's had those extra rounds, so he knows his body and his fitness can take him to the distance. Joshua, this is going to be a really interesting fight. I'm going to give a slight nod to Anthony Joshua, and we're talking a slight nod, and we're talking by margins here. He's just slightly heavier. Whether he's got more power behind the punch because of his weight is another thing. He's had to lose a fair bit of weight to make the cut, make the weight. Joseph Parker is that little bit lighter. It's going to come down very closely. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the distance and if it comes down to points. At the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it's over very quickly. Boxing can be like that. It can be done within the first round. Audley Harrison knows only so well. Lennox Lewis knows only so well that ex-British fighters have been done within the first 30 seconds before. We shall see what happens. But I am really interested in, for the first time in a while, in a boxing match. It's been a long time since I've really had a real interest in who wins, and to be honest, I might be able to stumble down a pub that has it on the telly and watch it. I haven't really enjoyed boxing for a very long time, but this one is one of the most anticipated fights for a long time, and it's early in the year as well, which is really good. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I'm giving a slight nod to Joshua, very slight, and we're talking on the fine details. He's slightly taller, got a slightly longer reach, and he's that slight little bit heavier, so he might have that bit extra power behind him. But Parker should not be underestimated. He's a very good fighter himself, and it will be brilliant. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.